Hey gang, AV here. Welcome to my review of the Star Wars Vintage Collection Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett. Here he is in the packaging. This is the most recent version of Boba Fett as of making this video. This is the 2020 release, I would assume. I don't think he came out in 2019. I think he is a 2020 release. I just got him off of Entertainment Earth because I can never find this stuff in the stores, and I know I'm not the only one who gets frustrated by that. So his exact release date, I'm not 100% sure of. I know he was, I believe he was slated for release this summer. So 2020 version of this character. And I say that because there have been other vintage collection Boba Fett's over the years. At least two that I can think of. So this is the newest one. Here he is in the packaging. As you can see, he's a blister card figure. It even says Kenner down there as a homage to the original packaging that we had when we were kids. Here's the back of the card, which shows you other figures that were also available in the same wave, including a different version of Luke Skywalker, Chewbacca, Death Star Gunner, R2-D2, and Imperial Stormtrooper. And that's about it for the packaging. I'm not going to rehash all the small print on here. Alright, let's get him open, see how cool he is. It does not appear as though he is got that little pamphlet that the Mandalorian and the most recent Luke Skywalker I reviewed had, which has, made in China and all this other stuff. Just really simple trademark legal phrases in like 30 different languages. Does not include that, so it's a little strange considering he's a more recent figure. Maybe they stopped doing it. Alright, let's get him out of here. His backpack is poking through there. I'll start with his feet. Pistol. A rifle. And that's it. He's free. Let's get the camera down a little bit. Not too bad. Let's go over his his accessories first. We'll start with his backpack. It's a little warped out of packaging, but it is one solid piece. It has a simple peg in the back to peg onto his back. It does not fire. Let's plug that in. See how that looks. Looks all right. Let me take it off for a second again. His cape here, he got a permanent fold in it, which is pretty cool. He's got a working holster. That's cool. All right. I don't want to jump ahead too much. Here's the pistol he comes with. Nice, pretty cool. Let's see how well that holds in his hand. Bend his fingers out a tiny bit. Hold it pretty well. I think he's got a trigger finger. Yeah, looks like it. Can I get that through the trigger guard? I can. Very cool. Very cool. Holds that quite well. Alright, let's have a look at his rifle. His signature weapon. Some nice painted detail on there. Nice weathering effect too. Not sure how well it's coming off on camera. but it looks like some of the paint or finish has been worn away to expose the bare metal. It's very cool. Did a good job on that. Let's see how well he holds this. Bend his fingers out again. Get his finger through the trigger guard. Oops. Alright. We've got our first issue with the articulation, which I'll go over now because he's holding his weapon. It appears as though the cord is actually attached to his bicep. So it does hinder how far you can twist his arm in certain positions. I was having a tough time getting it up to where, well, no, maybe not. It's actually a lot more forgiving than I was initially thought. So I should be able to get him to actually shoulder this, which would be awesome. If I can keep it in his hand, that'd be nice. The gun itself is a little bit of a rubbery plastic, so it's bending for me instead of actually working for me here. All right, it can be done. I mean, can be done. You can get that to be pretty convincing, I think. That looks pretty good. All right. Let's, just before I forget, let's make sure his gun fits in his holster. It does, but I bent the barrel by doing it. It bends right back. It's made from the same soft plastic, but still, you're going to want to be careful with that. You don't want to actually accidentally break it off. This is soft plastic. How about his rangefinder? Does his rangefinder move? It doesn't look like it does. It does look like it's a removable helmet, though. And that's the face of Boba Fett. I'll keep that off just for the articulation. So, his head is on a ball joint. We'll do a full 360. He can look up, sort of. Down, sort of. Not really. His arms, we'll do a full 360. They can go up pretty high. There's nothing at the bicep. His elbows can do a full 360 on this arm. Go straight out. His wrists, do a full 360 at the top of the gauntlet. On this arm, as I showed before, he's got this hose that connects it to his bicep. So you can't do a full 360 with this arm. Well, actually you can. Hold on. That's a separate piece. Okay. He does have a swivel at his bicep. So I was wrong. You can do a full 360 because it swivels at the bicep and at the elbow. That's all right. Very cool. Very cool. So he's got an extra point of articulation there. And as I said before, he rotates here at the gauntlet. This you can't do full 360. But you can get enough range of motion out of there. He's got a rocker joint here at the waist. So you can do a full 360 there as well as get a little crunch in. His legs can go up about that high, back that far. They don't appear to go out. which is unfortunate. There's nothing at the thigh. His knees, single jointed, bent back about that far. There's also a rotation joint at the knee, so he can do a full 360 there. His ankles, full 360. They bend down, point his toes down about that far, and he can point his toes up slightly. Not bad articulation on this guy. It's definitely not as good on some figures, but it's not as bad either. I mean, you don't really expect Boba Fett to do very many dynamic, like, superhero type poses, you know what I mean? So it's excusable. He certainly looks pretty good. I am happy with the fact that they gave you that extra point of articulation on his bicep, just to make sure that you can get his rifle in the correct position, which I'm having trouble doing again. It is possible. I showed it, but there we go. All in all, I think he's a very cool figure. Let's do some size comparison now. Here he is next to a vintage G.I. Joe figure who is just about the same size. I'm not sure how well that's coming off on camera, but they are level, like the exact same size. And here he is next to a more modern version of the G.I. Joe from the Dollar General. As you can see, he's clearly taller than Boba Fett, because he is 4 inches instead of 3.75, as are these two figures as well. So Boss Fight Studio Night Blank, which I will get around to painting one of these days, I promise. And a Marvel Universe Captain America. Both of which, as you can see, tower over Boba Fett. Because, again, Star Wars stayed at the 3.75 height. They didn't go to the 4 inches. So, very cool figure. I do like his articulation, even though it is a little limited. It's enough for Boba Fett. It's not a hindrance to him. I like the fact that he's got a cloth cape. I like the fact that his backpack is removable. I like the fact that he can holster his pistol, can hold his rifle very well. The removable helmet is a nice touch. All in all, I'm very happy with this version of Boba Fett. I'm glad I picked him up. So this has been AV. If you like this video, check out my channel. If you like what you see there, then please subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.